Hi everybody, Lou Manfredini, ACE's home expert. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about masking tape, but specifically about painter's tape. Now when you go to the hardware store, you're going to find all kinds of tape like this. This is standard masking tape that is super versatile for a lot of different things, but it's not painter's tape. The real difference between painter's tape and traditional masking tape is the adhesive that's used on the back of the paper, which is the tape, and the rigidity of the actual paper on that tape so that you can remove it. So regular masking tape is awesome, but I don't want you to use it when you're painting. Now, you'll get super confused when you go to the hardware store because there's all kinds of brands. I will tell you this much. When it comes to painter's tape, you get what you pay for. But there's another question that you have to ask yourself. How long is the painting project going to take you? The way the painter's tape works is they're all rated for what they call a certain amount of release time, okay? So when you look and you go by that tape, inside you can see all this writing. It'll be hard to see on the camera. But in there, it'll tell you what the release time frame is. Traditional painter's tape has a 14-day release, meaning when you apply it, you've got about 14 days to take it off before the glue on the tape gets too sticky and then will leave some residue. Now, what we've learned over the years when they first invented painter's tape is for most of us, like the weekend warriors, it may take you quite a while to paint that room in a home because you only have X amount of time to get the paint job done. So some of the tape that looks exactly like the rest has different release dates. I think this particular one I'm holding is 60 days. So you just have to look on the inside of the roll of tape to find out what the release point is on that tape. Now let me also clarify this. The longer the release, the less sticky the tape tends to be. And you'll see that many of the manufacturers will talk about, like Frog Tape here, which is a really high quality line of tape, has what they call this edge paint lock here, where you get that clean line if you're doing any kind of striping, any kind of work like that. Less expensive tape, sometimes you get a little bleed through on the color, and so spending a little bit more on higher quality tape matters. Frog Tape, 3M, Ace has its own brand as well. Under that Frog Tape brand too, this is something designed for delicate surfaces. And so if you're really concerned about not damaging it, you may want to pay up and buy a better roll of tape. Now, when you go there and you look at all this tape, you're going to say, well, why wouldn't I just buy the wide stuff and use that because I want to cover as much as possible? Sure, but depending on what you have to cover up or protect, the thinner rolls of tape, that allows you to kind of maneuver the tape around different edges and around corners or whatever it might be, so that you really get that kind of coverage that you're looking for. You can't really do that with a wider roll of tape like this. The other trick to remember is when you're using painter's tape and you're applying it to a wall, once you have it where you want it to be, you want to take your thumb or your finger and really push that tape into place. That's going to give you that lock on that edge of the tape so that the paint, whatever you're painting, doesn't bleed through, so you get professional looking results. Remember, the paint job is only good as the prep that you do, and taping it using painter's tape is an important step. If you need more information or have other questions about other things you'd like us to answer, just leave a comment below this video.